Hi, everyone. This is Michelle Grimolia, the CEO here at Woodland Pond, and today is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. This is my weekly update for a Tuesday. So I've got a variety of things to talk about today, but the first and most important thing that I want to mention, next Thursday, we are having our Gratefulness Gala. Okay, this is the first time on campus that we have actually been able to accommodate a full campus invitation list for all residents in all levels of care. So every resident is invited. Uh, Obviously, that assumes that you can safely come to the main dining room area for the gala. For those that can't and perhaps reside in the health center, we are going to be doing a very special event for you that same day on Thursday. So we're hoping to see as many of you there as would like to come. But what I really wanted to mention very importantly right now, so on the invitations that we sent out, we had indicated, a more of a formal type dress. That really doesn't mean formal in the way of, that you need a tux or pearls or anything like that. This is just dress your best. So we don't want anyone to be intimidated by that language, and just come as you are, but, in the whatever makes you feel the best about yourself. So if you have a pair of slacks that you really like, or a specific sweater or a little lipstick that makes you feel your absolute best, that's what we're looking for. So it's dress your best. And please do come and enjoy the gala. We will be making phone calls to those that have not RSVP'd or who had expressed a concern about the attire. We really want to see everyone there, but you do have to RSVP by today at 5 p.m. So if you have not RSVP'd yet, please do so by 5 p.m. You can contact concierge, or if you're in the health center, you can let anyone on the activities team know, and we'll go from there. Now, I'm going to take a pause for a second and just mention that you're probably hearing a lot of background noise right now because we are grinding the sidewalks, and apparently they're outside of my office. So this is a project that we do periodically every couple of years or so. It's a safety project. We have a contractor come in and identify any locations on campus where the sidewalk is uneven. They mark everything, and then they ask us, how many of these do you want to fix? They give us sort of a gradation of, how severe the problem is. And this time around, because we haven't done it in a couple of years because of COVID, we gave them carte blanche to fix everything. So you've probably seen these guys around, and ladies, if there are any, grinding the sidewalks. And again, this is a safety feature. So please accept our apology for a little bit of concrete dust and some noise, but this is for safety. And of course, we're going to err on the side of always wanting to, take the safe approach. Now then, the next thing I wanted to mention is something that came up this week, and it does come up periodically, so I just wanted to bring it up. Some of you have asked, how come sometimes there's a delay in us notifying residents of a neighbor having passed away? And the answer to that question is that one time, in the last couple of years, we missed making a notification for someone in the health center that had passed away. And it was done in a very delayed fashion. So that was a mistake that one time. Typically, though, and really routinely, our process is to contact the family, of course, express our condolences and offer our help, but really to ask them to drive the bus and let us know when they'd like the notification to be made. So it's not uncommon that you will hear through the grapevine that someone has passed away. But if you have not seen us put up the official notice yet or mail it out, it's because the family has asked us to hold off. And oftentimes that's because they would like time to mourn with just their family, process what's happened, those kinds of things. So I know a number of you had heard, we did have a couple of residents that passed this past weekend. Those notifications have been made at this point. Some of you reached out in the interim to ask why we hadn't done it sooner. And I thought it would be time well spent to just explain why and how that process works. Rove, the Rewarding Our Valued Employees Committee, which is a purely resident committee, and management really is hands off on this. They have asked me to remind everyone that the deadline for making a contribution for 2022 is approaching. I am not in a position to be able to answer any questions specifically about, what Rove is asking of you, but certainly you can find any member of the Rove committee and ask them any questions that you have. This is an optional but recommended gift that residents are asked to consider making by the Rove Committee in lieu of the fact that our staff are not permitted to accept gratuities. It's a long-standing program, but there is a deadline coming up for a 2022 contribution, and they did ask me just to remind you of that. A couple of more details related to the gala for next week. So the gala is going to be held from 4:30 until 7:30 p.m. in the main dining room area and surrounding rooms. There will be music and dancing and food. We will have stations with food. We'll have past hors d'oeuvres. We are going to have beer, wine, and a signature cocktail. All of this is complimentary for the residents. We will be having a ceremony to congratulate our residents that have achieved their 10-year anniversary this year, and as well our staff that have achieved their 10-year anniversary. That's always a great part of our celebrations when we have them. And I just wanted to emphasize that on that day, which is again September 29th, which is next Thursday, there will be no other seated meal service, and the pub will not be open. So on that day, if you are not planning on going to the gala, in the health center, of course, we'll have your typical meal service, although we're doing a special dinner in honor of the gala for those that can't physically come over and join us in the main area of the dining room and stuff. But there will be no lunch that day. The pub will not be open. There will be no seated dinner. So you will be able to have dinner takeout, where you order it ahead of time, and we'll have that, and that will actually be takeout for pickup between 2 and 3 p.m. that day. So don't worry, we'll get this all in the Chanticleer. I will remind you again of this next Tuesday at my weekly address. But just for planning purposes, if you're on the fence about whether or not that you'd like to attend the gala, you now know that you don't have to put on anything real fancy. And you also now know that there is not going to be dinner service that night. So you might just want to keep that in mind. And we really hope that you join us. Last week at my address, I announced that last Thursday we were expecting to have the Happy or Not machine outside of the hostess station. We hit a software glitch on that day, and Amy is working on rectifying that. So again, for those that missed this last week, we are putting in an awesome electronic feedback system outside of the main dining room, and we've got one ordered for outside of assisted living as well. And it's just like a stoplight. So if you liked your dinner, you give it a green. I was happy with it. You didn't like your lunch, you give it a red, not so happy. And then you can, if you want to, type in free-form comments about what was, something that you liked, something that you didn't like. And it'll give us real-time data, reports, information, feedback, and so on. So that's awesome and exciting. My assistant Crystal and Cameron, who I announced last week is our new strategic initiative specialist, are going to be working to finalize the details of the satisfaction survey that will be going out to all residents in a couple of weeks. So I appreciate everyone's feedback on getting us your contact information. I believe we're very close to being done with that piece of it. So in the next week or so, we should be getting information out to you about how you can access your survey, how we can help you do that. There are going to be electronic, but our staff will help you with the computer. We can dictate the questions to you. These are fully anonymous. We're really going to be looking for everybody to participate because it's so important, so important that we get your feedback. So more to come on that survey that's coming up. The next comment, and I will include this in the Chanticleer as well. We do like to communicate things over and over again to make sure that everybody sees. We had been offering a program by which if you wanted to downsize into a spruce style apartment and you reside in independent living, we were waiving the relocation fee. That program will be sunsetting on, but you will have to have notified us that you want to move into a spruce and have that relocation fee waived by September 30th. So again, if you're thinking about it and you're contemplating a potential downsize, and wanted to take advantage of that offer, you will have to let us know by September 30th that you wish to move into a spruce style apartment. And you can let the marketing team know if you're interested in doing that. So again, that deadline is now going to be September 30th. Let's see. I think that's it for today. That was a lot. I hope you all have a great day. For those that have asked, my conference was great at the Greenbrier, and that's really an amazing place for those that have not been. We got a huge attendance at our particular session on Friday morning, and it was standing room only. Gotten lots of great feedback. People are really enthusiastic about some of the things that Woodland Pond is doing to, really keep our waiting lists full, keep the campus thriving in terms of, all of the activities and the feel of the community and the buzz that comes with, people and prospective residents wanting to come to the community. So it was a great opportunity, but I'm very glad to be back. I'm in all week if anybody needs anything. And if I don't see you, I will see you next Tuesday right here. Thank you.